Stormtroopers of the separate regiment, Skala, liberated the village of Udachnoye in the Donetsk region, the press service of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported. In direct contact and with the support of weapons, all enemy strongholds were destroyed. Over the course of 2 weeks, assault groups gradually cleared house after house and raised the Ukrainian flag over the village, the General Staff reported on Telegram. They also published a video of the raising of the flag over the village, as well as footage of the destruction of a Russian position with a grenade launcher. The settlement of Udachnoye is located southwest of Pokrovsk, near the administrative border of Donetsk and Dnepropetrovsk regions. The day before, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine also reported that Ukraine had liberated the village of Novoekonomichnoe in the Pokrovsky district of the Donetsk region. The fighters of the assault regiment, Skala, managed to liberate the settlement. Also the day before, the deputy commander of the 1st Corps of the National Guard of Ukraine, Azov, Svyatoslav, Kalina, Palamar reported that the Azov fighters managed to improve the defense of the front in the Pokrovsk direction, and now the situation there is better than it was a month ago. Ukraine's 425th Regiment has liberated the village of Novoekonomichnoe in Donetsk Oblast and raised the national flag, the General Staff announced. Novoekonomichnoe, with a pre-war population of nearly 2,800 people, is located about 14 kilometers northwest of the embattled city of Pokrovsk. Ukrainian assault groups spent 2 weeks fighting to liberate the settlement, raising the national flag in the village center on August 31st, according to the General Staff. Since mid-July, the village has appeared in the gray zone on maps published by the Deep State Monitoring Group, indicating ongoing fighting. As of August 31st, despite the General Staff's statement, Novoekonomichnoe remained in the gray zone. Earlier, Ukrainian forces regained control of the village of Novoekonomichnoe in Donetsk Oblast on August 24th. Russia has continued to intensify its ground offensives in eastern Ukraine, concentrating the bulk of its forces in the Pokrovsk sector in an effort to seize the key logistics hub. With no ceasefire in sight, Russia's advances in the region help strengthen Moscow's hand in possible peace negotiations as US President Donald Trump pushes for a deal to end the war. The Kremlin's plan for a peace agreement reportedly involves Ukraine withdrawing all its forces from Donetsk Oblast, ceding the entire region to Russia in exchange for frozen battle lines on the other sectors of the front. The Deep State Project reported that in August, the rate of occupation of Ukrainian territories by Russians fell by 18%. It is noted that last month, Russia captured 464 square km, and now 19% of the territory of Ukraine is under occupation. The project draws attention to the fact that the occupiers had the same percentage on October 3, 2022, before the Defense Forces offensive on Udachnoye. Ukrainian fighters have repelled another attack by the occupying Russian army near the city of Pokrovsk in eastern Donetsk region. Strikes were carried out using kamikaze drones and HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems against the occupiers, who were advancing with tanks and armored personnel carriers equipped with various combat technologies, including anti-drone systems, as well as on motorcycles. As a result, the equipment and personnel involved in the attack were destroyed. A small number of surviving and fleeing enemy soldiers were also targeted by HIMARS strikes. There is an ongoing fuel shortage at gas stations in Russia. In many parts of the country, people have to wait in line for hours to get fuel. This is causing serious discontent among drivers. As seen in new footage shared on Telegram channels, hundreds of cars are lining up in various cities, waiting for fuel deliveries. Although local authorities claim there is no reason for panic, statements from drivers indicate otherwise. It should be noted that the fuel shortage, which has been ongoing for several days in Russia and Crimea, is due to drone strikes by the Ukrainian army on oil refineries across the country. In some cases, the strikes have forced refineries to halt operations, significantly affecting the volume of fuel available for sale.